Hi everybody, my name is Latresa Baker and you are watching the Indie NYC Show. We are with DeShawn White.
Where's all the
I was just going from social media.
Fine, my mother would love it. That's her birthday.
And we have a really insightful interview for you all, so stay tuned. Let's talk a little bit about your most recent role.
Okay.
You had a 3-episode recurring role on HBO's The Deuce as Chocolate. Yeah. And I saw some of the clips that you posted on social media, but what was it like being on a huge HBO set and just having that experience?
Yeah, I mean, it was a wonderful experience. Wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah.
It was stressful.
Yeah.
Especially, first of all, when I got the script for the scene that I shot in episode 6, which was Chocolate's last episode, it said she had to cry. And you know, as an actress, right?
Every time you see that, you're like, yes, I know.
And if HBO tells you to cry,
yeah, you get to cry. Oh my gosh, yes.
So I saw it and I was like, okay, God, how are we going to do this? Because it's one thing to know the character and understand the work when you're at home and you're doing it in your own time.
Yes.
But then when you're on set and there's like 300 extras outside of where you're filming and Maggie Gyllenhaal is sitting, you know, the writers and the directors are watching, you know, the monitor. That's a whole nother beast. So I went to my acting coach and we worked it out. We worked on the scene together.
Nice.
I actually showed him the scene 2 days ago and he was like, oh, this lovely work.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So great because I admire him so much.
Yeah.
And it was just a great experience. The shoot was overnight, which was grueling. So I was already a tired hooker.
You was like, look, just put me in there.
To do much when it came to that. But just discovering her and finding the emotional life within that character was a lot of fun because, you know, I'm not a prostitute.
Right.
So it was fun.
That is awesome. That's awesome. So when you auditioned, did you have this material? Did you go in the audition with the same scene?
No. So
okay.
When I auditioned, I auditioned and it was a one line.
Okay.
My audition was a one-liner. And you know, when we get those,
right? Yes. What do I do with this? Those are tough.
They are. They're harder than the scenes where you have a lot of information. But this one, I didn't have any information, and there was no guarantee that she was going to recur. She might have recurred. They maybe would have added more scenes for the character. So literally, I was just supposed to come in day one and say my one little line, and then that could have been it.
Right.
They were gracious enough to add me into some more episodes.
Oh, that's amazing.
But the audition was funny because she was a hooker. I watched the show before and I knew it took place in the 70s, but even at that didn't register. I didn't have any makeup on for my audition. I had my hair in like these 2 disgusting pigtails because they said that she was a worn out hooker.
Yeah.
So like I just went into the room with like just looking so disheveled. I was like walking through Manhattan hoping nobody noticed me.
Yes. You're like,
oh my God, so ugly. And I went into the room and I said my one line and I laughed and I didn't think anything of it because I saw this lady. She looked more like a rundown prostitute than I did. And I was like, oh, she got that. And maybe like 2 months later, I got the call.
Wow, 2 months.
I had forgotten about it.
Yeah, wow.
I completely forgot about that opportunity.
Yeah.
And then I got the call and I was like, what? Okay, yeah, let's do it.
But that's great because that goes to show, I know that happens to me and probably a lot of us sometimes. 2 weeks go by and we're like, I didn't get it. Yeah, the next day. You're so right. So wow, that's awesome because I love when you just forget about it and you're like, okay, you know, maybe that one wasn't for me and you get it and you're like, it was for me. So wait, when you left the room, Did you think like, oh, I'll get it or I'm not? And like, how much did you, or were you just like, okay, it was what it was, we'll see?
I was just kind of like, because I don't know. So I'm not gonna say how old I am.
Yeah.
I know that I read a certain way on camera. I know how I read, and the description for that character is not how I read on camera. And I actually think that they might have changed how they saw the character from my performance, because when I walked out, I was like, I don't even know why they submitted me for this. Because it's very possible that they saw my audition and change how they saw the character. Because if you watch Chocolate throughout the 3 episodes that she's in, not worn down.
Right.
She says, when they brought me in to do wardrobe fittings, I was like, this is cute.
Yeah.
They had her in some really cute stuff.
I saw your outfit. I was like, okay, that's cute. Yeah.
So at no point in filming did I ever feel dirty or run down.
Right.
She also had more of a heroin problem in that scene that I auditioned with. They nixed that when I got on set.
Wow.
So they were like, she's just too innocent.
What was your first biggest opportunity that you received? And what was that feeling like when you booked that role?
Always talk about Law and Order.
Yeah.
It's just my show. It's my show. It's my grandma's show. I always talk about my grandma and how she inspired me to love that show. I had an opportunity to audition for Law and Order one time before I actually booked it. And this is just a testament to the journey and the process about how we just get so caught up in wanting things now. You know, Actors Connection, right?
Yes.
So I had taken an Actors Connection class with one of the casting directors for Law and Order. And this was maybe like 3 years ago.
Wow.
Because I was like, I want to be on this show so
Yes.
bad. And took the class, did well, did what I believe was good work. Never heard from that office. Maybe a year and a half later, finally heard from that office.
Wow.
Got my first audition for Law and Order.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I was out of town doing a theater show performance with a wonderful theater company called Essence of Acting.
Nice.
And so I had to self-tape for it. But you know, self-tape, you know, you got to be in the room.
Yes.
Especially if it's your first time
auditioning.
Right. They want to meet you.
Yeah.
So I did the self-tape. Okay. I didn't get it. And then maybe 9 months later, I got another opportunity. And I was here and I actually went into the room. And the guy that auditioned, he was like, did we meet before? And I was like, yeah, 3 whole years ago at Actors Connection.
Wow. And he remembered. Wow.
So, you know, take your time, do the work, make those connections, invest in your career is so important, because if you do good work, they're going to remember you.
Right.
They may not have something for you at that moment, but they'll remember you. And Law and Order was great.
Right.
I went to my acting coach for that audition.
So do you feel like having an acting coach, because I feel like sometimes people are like, oh, I don't want to do that, I don't want to spend the money, I don't want to, you know, but
for the things that you get that are important to you and very imperative, that you're like, I have to book this, or I have to give myself a chance of booking this, invest in your acting coach.
Yeah.
Not everything, most of the things that I have booked, I've gone to see my acting coach
That's
first.
wonderful.
And I think it's important, especially if they're seasoned, professional. They see things that we don't see.
Yeah.
And they help with my perspective. He helps with my perspective when it comes to the character. Helps me see things that I can't see because I'm in it.
Yeah.
So go see your acting coach if you got one. When it comes to working in independent films as an actress, I'm always looking for stories that have an overall, just a really great plot and character arc for the character that they're wanting me to audition for.
Yeah.
Right? Because as people of color, we're used to kind of getting these kind of like one-note things. And I've had my manager
Oh no.
I had her send me something very recently that was paying. It was independent. It was paying like $125, and it was your typical bitter Black woman who was upset that her husband left her, cheated on her with a white man, and I was just like,
I'm gonna have to pass.
On that, because we've seen it before.
Yeah.
Granted, there's nothing new under the sun, but there are different perspectives, there are different voices that we can utilize when we're writing things that are inherently the same.
Yes.
But we can put our own spin and differences on it. And so when I saw that, I was like, okay, this is the same, but how is it also different? And because it wasn't different, I didn't want to do it. So things that are just in depth when it comes to character and character plot. What else do I look for? Just an overall great story. You want to work on things that are just a really good story. When you talk to people about it, you're like, this is what it's about. And they're like, oh, that's good. That's what I want to work on.
So that was our interview with DeShawn White. Make sure you follow her on social media. She's going to give you her info.
Yes, so I am on Instagram at DeShawn.Andrea.White. I am on Facebook, DeShawn White, and my website is www.DeShawnWhite.com.
Let's check her out and support her, guys. Yes. She is doing her thing. Bless.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. Thank you for coming. You are the bomb, girl. Her energy is beautiful, guys.
Thank you.
Yes. See you next time.